Hello, everybody, and welcome back to WTK's Rock Solid Sports, fresh off the field. Tonight, Joseph Bonanno and I, Jack Foster, are recapping Tennessee baseball's 27-1 absolute dismantling win over the Iona Gales. You know, the Vols are now 5-0 on the season, and this was the second biggest win, second most runs scored for Tony Vitello's baseballs in the years he's been on Rocky Top. So an absolute dominant performance from this Tennessee squad. What's your biggest overall takeaway, Joseph?
I think it's got to be Trey Lipscomb. Went 5 for 5, hit for the cycle, at a 3-run bomb that basically opened up the game in the first inning. Just when you got a third baseman that can produce like that, and I know it's early in the season, but it puts a lot of confidence into your team. And you know, you mentioned that this was the second largest run total in a single game in the Vitello history. I know you're playing UNC Asheville, Iona, Georgia Southern, but you know, this offense that was had a lot of questions about. Everyone had a lot of questions about. They've answered those, and they've overproduced.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 home runs tonight from the Vols. As you mentioned, Trey Lipscomb, a great performance. 9 RBIs from the senior third baseman, bringing his total to 15 on the season. He's just been incredible to start the season. And, 4 other guys got home runs for the Vols tonight. Evan Russell being one of them, his first homer he hit on the season tonight. Just what do you think that does for him and his confidence moving forward?
Oh, I mean, he's been putting the bat on the ball, and he's been hitting it pretty hard. It's just seeing that go over the fence. I mean, it's gonna help him tremendously. And he's been really focused about his defense and getting back there behind the plate as his first season as Tennessee's catcher and his first time catching in a long time. So, when you're confident, when you get confident at the plate, I think he's just going to make his defense that much better because he's not going to have to worry about trying to figure out what's wrong with both of them, and he's going to show that, hey, everything's working right now.
Yeah, and how about 18 Vols getting work at the plate tonight?
I mean, that's what you want these early games for. You want to get everyone reps. You want to empty your bench. You want to get guys at bats because you never know what guy's going to come in clutch or need to come in clutch later down in the season, and maybe even in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, you look at guys like Blake Burke and Jared Dickey who hit, bombs tonight. Obviously, it's Dickey's first of his career. So it's just really great to see, that depth getting out there and performing well.
Yeah, it's really good for Tony Vitello. I mean, he even said it. He basically has 2 lineups. They switched out 9 for 9 tonight. They have 2 lineups that he thinks can compete with any team in the country, and I can't say that I've seen a Tennessee baseball team under Vitello him confidently say that he can have that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, enough about the Tennessee offense. Let's talk about how they did on the field and especially on the mound. Chase Burns getting his second career start tonight. Obviously, he is the Friday pitcher now for the Vols. 5 innings pitched. He had 4 Ks. What did you think of the freshman's performance?
He looked comfortable. I mean, even when in that one in the first inning when Drew Gilbert had an error and he did let up that run, it was unearned, by the way. He stayed with it and he continued throwing strikes and he continued to look like that dominant pitcher. Now, again, a real test is going to come, some of these better teams like next weekend when they play Texas, Baylor, Oklahoma.
Right.
But for right now, he looks very mature for a freshman out there, and Tony Vitello keeps saying that.
Yeah, and, the other guys got work at the mound, too. Obviously, Camden Sewell, Kirby Cannell, those veterans. But, Drew Patterson, he retired the side in his first inning pitched as a Vol.
Yeah, and, when he struck out that last batter, the dugout just erupted for him because, Trey Lipscomb said he's that guy that he comes in, he does whatever he's asked to do. And those are the type of guys you want on your team, and those are the type of guys that you're going to see the dugout explode for when something good happens for him.
All right, Joseph, so what can we expect out of these next 2 games against Iona? A 26-run win tonight. What's going to happen Saturday and Sunday?
You're going to see a lot more guys get a lot more work. We're probably going to see several pitchers in the next 2 days for the Vols. We're going to see lineup change in and out, basically all 9 positions. This is a weekend, no discredit to Iona. I mean, they came in and,
they're just the far less superior team.
They did what they could, but this is a really good weekend for Tennessee to get some guys some reps, some really good, decent reps. And that's exactly what you want. The thing that I thought was interesting is Tony Vitello doesn't think that this is a top 10 team.
Yeah. I mean, he's humble.
Yeah, I mean,
that's one thing about Tony Vitello. He's humble.
When you ask him about the run differential so far in the offensive explosion, he says his team's not there yet, but he believes that, and he is confident in them that they're going to get more reps and they're going to become more complete as the season goes. And once they get to some of these tests, he believes that they can have a conversation on where this team really is. And, it's coming up fast next weekend.
Yeah, that'll be the first really tough test for the Vols next weekend as they'll play Texas, Baylor, and Oklahoma down at Minute Maid Park. But for now, the Vols get the 27-1 win tonight in Lindsey Nelson Stadium. They got 2 more games against the Iona Gales this weekend as they look to perform their second series sweep of the season, the second series win if they get the win tomorrow. For Joseph Bonanno, I'm Jack Foster, and this has been WTK's Rock Solid Sports, fresh off the field. Thanks for listening.